even with Deep Pocket Monster, right? Like we have these videos, these huge videos that take months of editing and all that stuff to put together. Tons of footage. I mean, 14 hours of footage is one of our recent videos, right? We're not recording with crazy DSLRs, getting crazy shots. We're not going in with like pre-scripted moments of like, here, I need you to say this on camera in this way and do all these shots. We're just capturing as much as we can and then do a lot of things afterwards. And we're shooting on, the Osmo Pocket 3s. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not, that. And when we started the channel, it was just Pat by himself using a couple of random mismatched phones, like an iPhone 11 and something. All the footage looked like we would have to digitally zoom in because he'd put a wide shot far away and I'd have to zoom into these cars. It'd be like 500x digital zoom. It looks terrible. But these videos got millions of views. Our video with 20 million views on it, that we have terrible shots in there. Really
Mm-hmm.
terrible. Like you would look at it and go, oh my gosh, there's no way you must have like a big production or something. It was Pat by himself with a GoPro strapped to his chest and a couple of iPhones that were all different versions. So they all look different. But you use what you got,
Yeah.
and the more you overcomplicate it, the more complex it's gonna get. So then it's better to use what you have, figure out the simple. What's the Pat always says this. He goes, "What would this look like if it were easy?" That's always his
Mm-hmm.
way when we're trying to figure out something
Mm.
hard. That's his saying to go to. Like if something seems impossible, seems like we can't, instead of complaining about it, it's like, what would this look like if it were simple? That's kind of his key phrase for our team always, with everything. So we kind of take that approach even with these videos that we do that are huge and take a ton of work. Same thing with this live stream, right? It's like we could come in with the ideas, but then adjust with what we have and say, let's make it work. And no one else will know any better, right? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, for the audience at home is going to look at them and be like, "Oh my gosh, look at how like professional, amazing this was. I can't believe they like had this all planned and prepped and probably was like 2 minutes set up." And it's like you have this perspective of what that would be. And the same thing happens on major live streams as well. Like this happens on major broadcasts. That was my background, was in broadcast for sports, so it's like those things happen there as well. We just don't know it. And if we're thinking about it, then something else is wrong, you know, because we should be interested in what the content is. And if your viewer is interested in the content, it doesn't matter how you got there. It doesn't matter what adjustment you had to make. And maybe in your
Yeah.
mind, it was going to look like this perfect shot with this 4K image and whatever. The audience has no clue. And
Yeah.
they're there for the content and enjoying it. And I think across the board, both the talent on the stage and the people who are watching, all enjoyed it. And I think there's a lot of room for improvement and adjustments
Mhm.
over time, but especially for the first time doing it like this at Card Party, I couldn't have gone better even with all of the adjustments.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it is? I just thought of something. You don't buy a completed binder. You get an empty binder and
Yes.
you open packs and you add to it and you add to it and you add to it. And then, I think I'm saying all the right words. Y'all can tell me if I'm crazy. But eventually you end up with a full binder that's the way you want it. So you're right.